The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Verdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag, so here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody to Friday Night Racing here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League new series, their late model series, taking on the treacherous short tracks here on iRacing, all for fun. These drivers gonna compete here tonight for the first time at North Wilkesboro, a fantastic track to watch here on this wonderful evening. 125 laps is what's going to separate our drivers from victory here this evening. So let's go ahead and get things all kicked on off down there on the pit road and get things kicked off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we do have to say a big thank you to the proud supporters of the Numb Thumbs Racing League, such as DEP Graphics, some fantastic and A+ quality paints over there, so be sure to go and check them on out. Big thank you to SimGearCentral.com as well. Be sure to go and get your fancy new button boxes today. They even got some new ones, I think, created on over there, where they even got like a vertical one, so it's not laid out horizontal. I don't know how all that stuff works. All I know is some fantastic button boxes over there, so be sure to go check them on out. As well as Track Bar Media. Been a proud supporter for a couple seasons now here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League, and we appreciate all their time and effort that they put into all their promo videos and photography stuff that they do, whether it's real life or sim life. Be sure to check out Track Bar Media. Big thank you to newcomer Martin Sports as well. You need some jerseys made, got some custom stuff being printed on some shirts or anything like that, head on over to martinsports.com and go and check out their full catalog of available gear that you can start to personalize and make yourself some old merchandise. Martin Sports, big thank you guys, as well as big thank you as well to Davidson Builders. They've been here for quite a while up there in that northern New Jersey area. If you're looking to do a home remodel or just change out a couple things in the kitchen, be sure to head on over to Davidson Builders and let them know that you saw us over here on AAA Broadcasting and that you always do A+ quality work over there. Big thank you to Davidson Builders. As always, I am Alan Brown. I am not joined in the booth by Mr. Alan English today. The Canadian Mounties for Wednesday night decided to come pick him up and try him for slander or something like that. But I am joined by our good friend and race winner here this past week at this exact track, just in a different car, Mr. Greg Klein. As me and Greg, fantastic track. I know I'm not a person that enjoys the short track, but for whatever reason, just North Wilkesboro holds a special place in my heart here.
Yeah, this is a fun and very unique track. I was so glad to see iRacing bring this back virtually and now back in real life in the real world. I mean, you got a downhill front stretch, an uphill back stretch. Corners are all different. It's just all kinds of worn out asphalt. It is an amazing, fun track to race. I had a blast Wednesday night, and I'm sure these guys are going to have a blast too. It really put on a good show for us tonight.
That indeed is down there on pit road, ready for all the bumping and grinding action that these pit crews are going to have to do to these vehicles. Mr. Adam Turner joining us here tonight as well. And Adam, a totally different car that we haven't really seen. We've done, the dirt sprints at one point. We've done trucks, ARCA, Xfinity, this next gen cars, the old gen cars, but we've never really done any of these late model cars.
Yeah, I don't remember ever broadcasting a late model stock car race, but I have raced in them, and they're kind of fun. They're very difficult to handle. I think Greg found that out. He got some laps in. I'll tell you what, I'm so excited about this weekend with North Wilkesboro. I mean, it's amazing that they brought the track back, and I think it all started here with iRacing. iRacing Dale Jr. was huge in bringing this track back to life in the real world, and we get to have fun with it here in the virtual world. So, and we have a champion with us. Greg had a heck of a run the other night in the trucks. Those were the trucks, weren't they? I don't remember.
Yeah, they were trucks.
Yeah, but Greg had a heck of a run, so he'll have a lot of insight tonight. Looking forward to it. Hadn't seen these guys run in a while, so we'll see if they want to fight tonight or what. I'd like to see somebody, kind of get into it with somebody. But here we go. 2 faster pairs, 85% fuel, 3 sets of tires, 25 incident points. You'll be disqualified. And it's a kicker out. The kicker right now is it's hot on that track. Last I checked, is 112. I don't know what it is, Brown, right now. Is it even hotter?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's up into like the 116-ish area, so it's getting toasty out there.
I show 117, and that's back down to 116.
Well, how's that feel on your tires, Greg? You were just out here.
These things are all over the place. They're slick. They're sliding. Just that honestly makes for a great show to me. Watch these guys slide around.
And that indeed, but nonetheless, no rain in the forecast here in the virtual world, and that's always good because that means we get to go racing here. And that brings us down to tonight's key to the race. And man, it is just some good old Friday night racing here. Not quite under the lights, but you know what? It's just about as good as it can get. And, that's kind of what the mentality going into these short tracks that you got to have is, man, you'd think of, like a big old family event that you take everyone on down to. You're having some fun. You're beating and banging. You're trying to win a race, and it's just throwing it back to the good old days.
Well, I love the good old days. I mean, look at the track, and it looks like it's 1988 right here at the track. So it feels like the good old days. Let's have some fun and beat each other up tonight, just like the good old days. Didn't y'all used to beat your siblings up? I used to do that all the time. It was pretty fun.
Every once in a while. I mean, it's a good way to spend a Saturday night if you're not going out. Just beat your little brother up.
That's right. I mean, why not?
Yeah, well,
He's there. That's what he's there for.
I had sisters, so I really wasn't able to do too much of that.
No. Yeah, we had some wicked fights in our house, I can tell you.
That's part of the fun growing up with siblings.
Yeah.
But either way, nonetheless, we are here in qualifying, about to finish up here in just a minute. 00 Joe Bennett out here on the racetrack, the 76. Patrick Mahaney out here as well, trying to throw in some laps and try to jump up that leaderboard. Same thing with the bogus man himself, Mr. Derek Welsh out here running a few laps. And well, as of right now here, fellas, one of the guys that you were hoping would end up in my section of the callouts has not put any qualifying laps just yet. But as of right now, we got a pretty good sized field, about 22 drivers all logged in and up and ready. That's the other thing, we don't need huge, 50 car fields here. Just a good 20 car field at a short track like this, that's going to be all the action we could have.
I think we had 21 or 22 Wednesday night, and it was about the perfect size.
Yeah, the track's so small, 0.63 miles, a little over a mile. You probably don't want 40 trucks or cars out here, This is probably about right, just like you said. What's going to be interesting is, and we'll talk about it, if we have some of that green flag pit stops, the blending on the track, it gets kind of wild. So get ready to grid.
Indeed, as we go ahead and take a look here at tonight's starting grid from this late model race here tonight. Excuse me, at North Wilkesboro. Dustin Loxon having a pretty good run here in qualifying. He's going to start up at the front in that 38 machine. Right to his outside, it's going to be the 3 of Tate Cawthorn, having a pretty good run there himself, starting in second. The 8 of Brandon Coleman running up there inside that top 5, getting a third place start here with the 33 Rob Tracy to his outside, starting in 4th. 73 Josh Kelleher getting a good top 5 starting position as well, starting there in 5th. Ben Tracy in the 14 machine, gonna have a little bit of work to do, but that's okay. He's starting here tonight in 6th. 7th will be the double nickel, Mr. Tom Barish, looking to pick up a early win here, starting tonight at this season opener, with the 1 of Derek Welsh starting to his outside there in 8th. 9th will be the 17 of Brian Doty, having a pretty solid run up there, with the 35 of Mr. Nicholas Coate rounding out the field, starting top 10.
The 83 of Charlie Herkus is starting the 11th spot, with the 20 of Justin Lawson on his outside in 12th. Tom Wilson in the 21 vehicle is running in 13th. Scott Milner in the 31 is going to be 14th. 15th spot, Dakota Henderson in the 43 car. Love that number. 16th is Thomas Welch in the number 9. Joseph Bennett, the 00, running the 17th. Timothy Stubblefield in my favorite number 92 is running 18th. We got Tristan Cotton in the 7 running 19th. And in 20th, Patrick Mahaney in the 76 vehicle.
You got to leave the 2 for me here. We don't even know if they've gridded. Are they going to be in here? Chuck Kiger and Brady Truckenghost.
Yes, we left that one for you on purpose.
I like how you did that. Brady, sorry, I know we messed that up. Let us know. And I don't know if he's race control. He didn't make it in. I don't never seen him before. But he's got an interesting name.
But he does. But you are missing out there on Matt Layton, though. He is in the car and out on track, starting in 21st.
Oh, he didn't show up on my screen. Oh, I went straight to the other guy. Sorry, Matt. My bad.
That's all right. We got him in there. As we got a whole bunch of people. Well, when I say a whole bunch of people, we got 17 of you viewing, but only a couple of you chatting. So jump on over there in the chat that we got going on over there. Wardog21 saying happy Friday, everybody. Josh Kelleher saying Friday night late model racing. He's got his in-car over at the Twitch channel that he's got. So if you know what Twitch is and want to go check out that, definitely go and check out Mr. Josh Kelleher over there. And as always, we appreciate each and every single one of you tuning into these races. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, as we're ringing the notification bell on the start of this race. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight. Logston and Cawthorn going side by side into turns 1 and 2. Looking like Logston getting a good run out of there in that 38 green machine. Right behind him, the 8 of Coleman now trying to sneak up and around that 3 of Cawthorn, which he's kind of able to do. Not quite able to get clear until making it down back into turns 1 and 2. A couple side-by-side action going a few rows back around 10th here. We got a pretty good battle going on. You got the 17, Brian Doty, having a solid race against that double nickel of Tom Barish. We also got cars spinning out. Dustin Logston, oh no.
Yeah, up front of the field there. Let's just see what happened. And we saw this the other night. The getting a power down coming out of 4 seems to be slippery out there.
Well, you're coming over the top of that hill, so I mean, all the weight kind of comes off the car and off the tires, and it's just, when the car gets light, it is real tough to put any power down.
And I think he got a little. I think he got a little help from the number 8 of Brandon Coleman. Y'all tell me.
It looked like it just, man, it was just the lightest of love taps. It wasn't, giving nobody the chrome horn or nothing like that, but just the tiniest of love taps, and the 38 gets all sent around. Thankfully, it doesn't look like he hit any walls or anything, and really it was just Coleman and that 38 getting kind of tied up in that incident. So everybody looking A-okay, and we're gonna get things all re-racked in, stacked back up here in just a little bit. 125 laps is the total here for this evening, and I think these drivers are gonna kind of wish it was probably about 50 laps with how long they're gonna be gripping that steering wheel for that tight.
Yeah, it's physical when you're doing this. I had a diff grip all night Wednesday night, but yeah, it's hard on your hands, hard on your concentration, but I mean, it's fun though. When you get into a short track like this, it's a blast. When you get a rhythm going.
Yeah, and they were about to get a rhythm going. And look, that crash was really kind of like just a racing deal. He barely tapped him. They got a huge lifted rear end here. Or you tap the back end of it with that low front end, you're gonna make some guys move just by pure physics or whatever. I'll tell you what, it's not gonna hurt either of the drivers. There's still a long race to go. They didn't really damage anything. And we have 2 fast repairs even if they did, so it happens.
It's just short track racing.
Yeah. I come out here to the racetrack by my house on Saturday nights. It looks like this all the time. Just a little turn somebody here and there, Nobody fights in the pits, even though I wish they would.
Start egging them on. They might start.
I slip somebody at 20 to go do something, yeah, they probably would.
It's like we're getting racked up again.
Yes, sir, indeed we are. Oh, goodness, excuse me. As the 3, Cawthorn gets this start up here at the front, side by side with the 73 of Josh Kelleher. Looking like the 3 getting the run out of the corner, but no, gets a little loose trying to get that power down coming out of turn number 2. So here comes that 73 machine back with a vengeance, trying to find the run up there on the outside lane. He ain't going nowhere. That bumper's still not quite clear for the 3 as this battle up here at the front continues to wage on down through turns 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Still pretty much an even Steven fight out there, and man, it's just all about who can put the power down earliest and when down these straightaways. And right now it looks like the 3 of Cawthorn was able to just do that. He basically had to run the fastest lap of the race to do so and get clear of that 73. The 33 Rob Tracy also running a pretty dang quick lap back there, trying to get his name up into the mix here for this lead position. You also got Tom Barish, Tom Wilson going side by side, and the 21's going around, almost getting flipped. Same thing with the 55. He's getting ramped from behind.
That was interesting.
A few good laps in there.
Yeah. Let's see what happened here.
And Alan, you're not allowed to choke up when they go green, because me and Adam can't do what you do when the green flag flies.
Yeah, we're pretty bad at that.
Yeah, that's got to be you.
All right, so what was it? Somebody got up in the double
20
nickel.
Yeah, the 21 came up out of the exit there just a little bit. 55 really nowhere to go. Ends up continuing on, being pushed on up into the outside wall. 21 gets all spun around, and then right behind him, the 9 gets into the back of the 55. And these cars are kind of similar in design here, Adam, to kind of the ARCA car, where the front is just a big old ramp. And 55 ends up getting an underbody inspection there real quick.
That's what they remind me of, really. I mean, were they ARCA cars at one point? I'm sure they were. There's just a huge. Were they or not? I'm not.
I don't
sure.
think they were ever ARCA cars. No, they're a whole different little subset.
Okay, but you know how ARCA cars used to be NASCARs, you know, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But they're set up kind of like it, just like, what do y'all call it? You in English always says it's like a shoehorn or a door block or something. I don't know.
Yeah, door wedge.
It's like a triangle. Yeah, door wedge. And then that was the truth right there. The double nickel, he got lifted because the door wedge got underneath him. But so far, I like these cars. I think they're cool. Greg, you ran a little practice. How hard are they to drive?
I mean, I ran a few laps in them, but of course, I'm coming from the truck, which is a totally different vehicle. And man, I just couldn't find the limit on it. It was they run faster than the truck. A little slidey, little moving around and stuff. But man, it was a lot of fun. I think with some practice, I'd be just fine with it and be able to put down some good laps. But man, these guys are doing good with them.
Yeah, they sure look like racers, though. I'll tell you, they look cool.
As down there in the car, we do have a driver cam up and running. That's Mr. Josh Kelleher running all ready to go, and he's got his driver cam on. So thank you for that one there, Josh. Is getting a little perspective on what these drivers are doing out there, and he's got his racing gloves on, all ready to rumble.
Man, he's got cameras everywhere. He's got his own Twitch. He's on here. Heck yeah. He's ready to rock tonight.
Yes, sirree. And a quickie caution here as the pace car comes on down into pit road. And here we go once again. Great restart there for the 3 of Tate Cawthorn. And it's going to kind of leave the 73 out to dry. Is he going to get split up? No, he's going to be able to get the run out of the corner and just trickle back into line there with the 3. As the 33 and the 17 go side by side right behind him. The 14 of Ben Tracy trying to jump into this hat mix as well right behind them. You got the 20 of Justin Lawson, the 1 of Mr. DW battling it on out. You also got Charlie Herkis and Nick Coate having a pretty good battle there themselves. As one of DW starting to kind of fall on back through this field. Yeah, this track, it's got multiple lines available to you, but if you're really not comfortable, that bottom line is kind of the best one to kind of choose and go with here. And as of right now, that's kind of what it looks like, as most of the people up there on the high side that have kind of been lost in space, and a few people trickling on back. You also got the 9 of Tommy Welch back here in 16th, trying to go side by side with a damaged 92 of Mr. Stubblefield. Timmy waiting for Stub Nation to join us out there in the chatter.
That one got turned.
They're inside. They're in the grass. Yeah, they're not going to cause a caution. Herkis took the blame on that one and on the chat.
Yeah, he's got rolling. Looked like he was stuck on the fence there for a minute.
There's the caution. They couldn't get back around.
Yeah, 83 backed onto the track right as the leaders are coming.
Another racing incident. No big deal. Hey, real quick, though. America's driver jumped in. He wanted to say something, Albert Anderson. I'm still having a hard time sleeping after racing here Wednesday. He has visions of Greg Klein's bumper. Oh, Greg, did you give him the old chrome horn?
No, it's called he was trying to get to my rear bumper, and I wasn't letting it.
Yeah,
he was trying to touch me back there, and I was saying,
he was. Yeah, you were. He had a good run, too. Mike Adamson is here. Wish he was racing here. Yeah, for sure. What'd you see there, Brown?
Well, just a little bit of contact. It's tough to say with things that happen here in the mid-pack, because some of it is, you get the accordion effect going into some of these corners, and people at different points where they want to brake and lift and do all that. So I think that's just kind of what happened there. Obviously, there was no intention, as you mentioned right there on the radio, pretty much immediately as it happened. There was an apology being thrown out. So that's just about it.
Yeah, so I mean, typical short track stuff. It's going to happen. It's going to happen frequently, I think. But maybe next time, no caution. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
I think we get some good green flag runs and get these guys kind of spread out a little bit. We'll see a lot better racing.
Yeah, I think we saw kind of some of that on y'all's race the other night. We'd have a little stretch of some caution, so we'd have a pretty good green flag run. And that's all it takes. Once you get a little rhythm going, and these guys may just take off and not have another caution the rest of the night. You never know.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, we had the first half of the race was, what, 1 or 2 cautions? Yeah, and of course, towards the end, the aggression gets ramped up, and they'll get a few more then.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we'll see. They've got a little aggression right now. I think they're just trying to tame this track. It's kind of tough with this specific platform we're using here. What are they? Late model stock cars. So
late or super lates?
Are they super late? Oh my
no,
God.
Just late model.
Okay.
Just late model. I see it. The super lates just have more power. It should be even more fun.
More wild.
Well, I mean, you can never have enough horsepower.
Well, I mean, sure. If you're driving in a straight line, but when you're turning left every 200 yards.
Same thing applies. Never have enough horsepower.
All right. Well, duly noted.
That's just when you have to have more brakes.
Yeah, I was about to say, you might need a little better braking system.
That indeed, as we get ready to get back live to some green flag racing here with the 3 and the 73 getting things started up back again, side by side down this front straightaway and across the line. 3 out in front. The 73 is just going to trickle on into line here and not fight too much for that side by side. 35 almost going 3 wide here as I had a little bit of checkup in the mid pack. Here comes the 31 coming up alongside on the outside lane. Scott Milner trying to make up a few positions here as he is already up 6 on the day. How about being up 11 on the day for the 72? Mr. Matt Layton having a great run out here tonight, as well as all the 8s getting bunched around.
Yep, still green. He went in that grass, and if he didn't come out in front of somebody, it should stay green.
He did a great job there throwing that thing into gear and trying to keep that back bumper from creeping up onto the racetrack. So we're back in still green flag racing here. Justin Lawson in the 20 machine going side by side with the 14 Ben Tracy having a pretty good run out here as well. 43 Dakota Henderson not having the best of nights here as of right now, but he's trying his best. He's a couple laps down in the tail end of this field, but his car's looking pretty squeaky clean right there in front of him. Another driver that's a lap or 2 down, Mr. Charlie Herkus in the 83 machine, trying to make up some extra spots as the 8 of Brandon Coleman comes on down into pit lane. Don't know what's going on there. The 21 of Mr. Tom Wilson having a pretty good run out there. He's up a couple spots trying to crack up inside this top 10. Yes, he does, as he's battling with that 72 of Layton.
Yeah, that we got a little rhythm going, right?
Yeah, get some green flag laps in here. Be doing good.
It only takes one guy, like the English, the English of the group, to turn his friend right here to ruin all the.
This isn't Pocono, Adam. We all know it's you and him in Pocono.
I know that was it was an angry day. I've never forget. Single file now.
Yeah, that it is, and I mean, it's not that there's no racing out there on the racetrack. I mean, a lot of these guys are pretty close, to each other's bumpers. I mean, really the biggest gap that we have is a little bit under half a second here between a couple of these drivers, but for the most part, everyone's there within within sniffing distance as the 33 is trying to creep up here on the back bumper of the 73. Not quite able to get the run out of the corner to make a move there, but that's the thing with these short tracks here, Greg, is you got to set these passes up, 5 or 6 laps in advance. You really can't just make a decision right then and there to do it.
No, it takes a lot of time in getting that set up. And this track too, I mean, the line for me Wednesday night was a little bit unique because you kind of come in high and then try to cut down and come off low, so you get a straight run off and not spin your tires, not spin out as much. The low line to me was really, really tough to pass. I always had a little bit better luck, kind of on the high side, because you get a better run off and get that speed down the straightaway. But these guys getting there. We'll probably just passing her pretty quick.
Well, it's a different car, and the tire wear. At what point did you really feel the tires really hurting?
I mean, honestly, they weren't that bad on tire wear. Maybe 20, 25 laps in, you really start feeling them. I know the speeds came down, but the feel was still there. So after about 20, 25 laps in, you start really feeling slidey.
And so we should start seeing that. We're at lap 36, right? 37?
Yeah, right there about.
We had quite a few caution laps, so these tires are probably really settling in right now. Should see some fun stuff happen shortly.
Yeah, they're starting to feel pretty good, but they do still have to be careful, especially if they want to take it too wide into these corners. You can see up on there on the high side, almost an entire lane is taken up all by those marbles. And well, when you get up in there, you're just going for a ride up into that outside wall. So these drivers really trying to make sure they don't get up into those.
They call them marbles for a reason. They will just slide your car right on across them.
Yeah, and it looks like they're building out there. I mean, that's the cool thing about iRacing. What a simulation. It's not a game. Real NASCAR drivers use this, to get some practice laps in. We even have one in our other league that you're in. He's races some of the NASCAR circuit stuff. He's in there just having fun just like the rest of us.
Well, I mean, how can you not have fun with this? This is amazing fun.
I think it help. It probably helps him just have some fun, but get the track down too, because it's very accurate. They used lasers and stuff to dial these tracks in for iRacing. I mean, how could you go wrong with a laser?
Well, I mean, plus you're looking at if you wreck the car, it doesn't hurt.
Ooh, speaking of wrecking a car, there goes the 14 of Ben Tracy. That is going to bring out the yellow because we got a pilot.
That's a pretty big one. Parking lot right there in turn 3.
Yeah, that was my fault. I said wreck, and then they wrecked. So
no, it's never our fault. Don't do that. Don't give us the. No, they did that on their own, but we had a really good run there before that crash.
And that we did the 17, just getting the quarter panel hooked on that 14, and you can just see the 31. He locked those brakes on up as much as he could, even getting that car sideways, trying to avoid the contact and all that going on in the middle of the corner, just not quite able to do so. The 72 just bowling balls his way on through, but between the 38 and the 14 as the 31 goes up into the outside wall. The one machine thankfully coming to a stop. Same thing with the 9, but a little bit of a parking lot down there on the racetrack.
It's probably the worst place to wreck, though.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, it was a little busy right there.
Yeah, you're coming in a corner, you're already on the brakes, and already trying to slow down, and then a wreck, and you just don't have that much more brake left.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do at that point. Wait, 2 fast repairs, which is awesome. You got a chance to get back in the race if you damage your car. As long as you don't tow here, I think you're fine. Is everybody pretty much on the lead lap still? Most people.
Yeah, for the most part, most people. I think it's really just Coleman and Henderson right now that are the one lap down. Looked like we had a few takers down there onto pit road. Logston, Herkus, and Bennett all electing to jump on down into the pit lane, maybe get some damage all fixed on up and get right back on out here. But I mean, we're not too far away from the halfway point here in this race. About 15 laps to go till that.
Look, So what y'all were telling me earlier, the Mounties picked up English for his. He tried to steal the Canadian language, and they grabbed him, put him in a pokey for the weekend or something.
I think it was more for the slander, but I'm not positive on that one.
Slander. Well, they got strict laws about. They don't have the First Amendment up in Canada. The English didn't know that. I think.
Did he say something bad about maple syrup again?
He may have, and he kept on and on with his Canadian accent that he's picked up over. I don't know where he got it from.
Sure.
Eh?
Hey, yeah. English. Sorry, English. You're gonna have to spend the weekend in Regina, Canada, and a pokey. Eh?
Uh-oh, he's got you doing it now.
Yeah.
We're gonna pick you up next if you ain't careful.
Well, Turner sounds more Minnesotian, kind of like Adam Strong.
Well, I got that from Strong. Everything I've learned is from people I've talked to.
Yeah.
Oh, Strong.
I'll tell you what, just throw in some y'alls and ain'ts.
There you go.
That'll get you back onto it here as we go back to green flag racing. Down and across the line go the 3 and the 73, still matching each other pretty good for pace here. The 33 trying to sneak up underneath on that inside. Here comes the 17 of Brian Doty as well up there on the outside. Oh, contact, and the leader goes around.
Ooh, I heard some anger. What happened there?
I think there might be some deserving for that anger as Tate Cawthorn getting spun around here. I think maybe a little bit too much pinch on Josh Kelleher's side of things. We'll have to head back on up and take a look. Can't really call it a chopper up here. You know, these guys don't have the funding that official NASCAR has, but we'll call it the paraglider view.
Probably like a drone, maybe.
Yeah. As a 70,
like the one you get at Walmart.
Oh, 73 had just enough of a run and just barely gets a handle on that bumper there of the 3, sending them on around and up into the wall. And you can see everybody trying to avoid the chaos there. Thankfully, it looked like everybody was A-okay. I think it was trying to find where the 72 was. I don't know who it was. Someone got really sideways trying to get clear of that.
Matt Layton is the 72.
Oh, it was the 43. Excuse. Find the
43.
43 kind of gets really sideways there and spun about, but he was able to save it before hitting nothing.
Man.
Well, we haven't really seen it here too much tonight, Greg, but let's talk about the walls that they have here at North Wilkesboro. Something you will never see ever again. You know, just as they're coming here down through turns 3 and 4, just before it, you got that little opening where these guys enter and rejoin the center field kind of area where it's got an angle. That's never going to happen ever again at a racetrack. Is how dangerous it is. There's no safer barrier. Everything is just all concrete and building it all up. And this is just
it's old school.
It's old school.
It's real old school. After Michael Waltrip at Bristol, I think it was, when his car got cut in half, I think you're going to see a lot of the cutouts and stuff taken out of the tracks now. That was a wild wreck to watch.
Yeah, that's crazy. Some of those ones that they've walked away from. The new track, I know the one they're running this weekend, they do have a little bit safer stuff, I would assume, on the walls. It's not the same old version.
No, it's not the same wall. They put safer barriers out there. I think the whole outside wall is safer barrier, and a good part of the inside wall got safer barrier as well. So a lot better for these guys.
Yeah, definitely. We don't want to see anybody getting hurt. We do like seeing cool crashes, but I don't ever like seeing anybody getting hurt. Even if I don't like the driver, I don't want them to get hurt.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to this race this weekend. It's going to be so much fun watching these guys back on this track again.
Yeah, it's super cool what NASCAR did. Finally, they got something right, you know?
Yeah, took a while.
Yeah, well, they get a few things right. I think they're doing some cool stuff.
And speaking of cool stuff, we're getting ready to head on back to Green Flag Racing here, this time with the 17 out in front of the 33 of Rob Tracy, getting a great restart there. Goes the 17 free and clear of all the mayhem going on right behind him, as the 20 and the 21 go side by side right behind them. You got the 7 and the 72 battling it on out here, trying to creep on up into this top 5 as they race on down the front straightaway. Still side by side go the 21 and the 20. Things have kind of filtered on out behind them a little bit, but not too much here, as the double nickel Tom Barish coming on back up into the mix side by side here with the 9 of Tommy Welch. Timothy Stubblefield in the 92 machine trying to shuffle his way on up and through. Ooh, had some squiggly race cars going down that front straightaway. That's man, that thing's been blackened up by a lot of used up oil down there, Greg.
Well, used up tires, what it is. Grinding that tire into the track. A little door in action there, a little bumping and banging back in the back.
55, and I believe that's a 38 machine getting checked on up and doing some door banging, which is a-okay. We're all for it. Oh, up into the outside wall goes, I think that's 00 Joe Bennett, the original Florida man, is right in front of him. There's a wreck. Oh, and he's not able to avoid it up there against the outside wall as the 31 goes around.
What was that, a self spin there? I have to take a look.
Yeah, it looked like a self spin. Collected a few cars in the process. So
Yeah, Scott Milner to 31. Just that's that turn 4 here seems to be really tough.
Well, again, this chopper camera actually lets you see it, just how many marbles and how deep down the track it goes. But yeah, the 31 just getting loose coming out of turn number 4, maybe just a smidge too much power. 3 starts coming around up into the outside wall. Same thing with the 00. Man, great avoidance there by the 8 of Coleman, getting away from that one. Goodness. Man, for having a wreck happen right in front of them, those fans don't seem that excited.
yeah, it's a packed full house tonight. So I mean, that's always something nice to see.
Yeah, they're not that animated right now. They hadn't had enough cold beer, you know. Must be it.
Well, get on out there. You're a friend of the people.
Well, I mean, if I had the budget, you guys would allow me to.
Yeah, he's not going to
spread
share
the
his beer with them.
Yeah, we got to spread the wealth. I mean,
He's stingy with his beer. You know that.
hey, Jessica Stubblefield's out here. Finally, she says caution shots, of course. Earl 11, what's up, sponsors? Not sponsored. We are sponsors for Earl 11s. Let's go, Stub Nation. Katie Klein says, dang, Josh. And Earl says he's not drinking today. Well, I think he's, I don't know why. What do you? Nobody likes a quitter.
Dude, I'm even drinking.
Yeah, and Lauren Stubblefield's back here. Look at him. All the Stubbs Nation's finally showing up. Time for some caution shots. Stubbs is up 11, 7th place right now. He'd be happy to hear that.
Oh, that indeed is for... Yeah, we'll just call it the halfway point here as these guys make their way down behind this pace car. Brian Doty out in front with the 21 of Tom Wilson right there behind him. Tristan Cotton, Matt Layton, Patrick Mahaney, and Tommy Welch, Timothy Stubblefield, Dustin Logston, Nicholas Coate, and Derek Welch make up your current running top 10. Adam Strom joining us in the chat. I knew if we said his name enough, we'd get him on in here. Howdy, fellas. Happy Friday time for some cold beers. Yes, sirree, indeed. Adam, if I wasn't broadcasting this week, I'd come up there, and I know your ice castle has been taken down, but he's sitting in the driveway drinking some cold ones with you.
Did I just hear you say you were trying to conjure up Adam Strom?
No, we were, it's, say his name 3 times. He'll show up in chat.
I bet next year they have this same race at Rockingham. They're trying to bring that one back as well.
Oh man, that would be great. I'd love to see as a whole, rather than a 1 week all-star thing, make it a 2 weeks. See both of these tracks in action.
Just bring it back for a race, a yearly race. I mean, come on, man. Let's get this thing going. We don't need some of these tracks that we've seen. They're about to get rid of California, so here we go.
Yeah, maybe as we go back to Green Flag Racing here. Doty out in front you can see the snake of the inside lane there as everyone trying to put the power down, and that torque just ripping those cars in half. As oh no,
around
back of the field. I don't think that was gonna. I don't know. Tate Cawthorn was involved in the 3.
And 14 getting into the back bumper there of the 3, and thankfully that was about it. Not too much going on there.
It wasn't terrible. That is Tate got that. Is that a gold paint job? That thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got the Bass Pro Shops on there.
The old Dale Senior, good looking paint, man. Yeah, it's a short track racing here.
Yeah. Well, let's take a quick moment to step away from the action here under caution and have a big thank you to some of our race sponsors down there and give them some airtime. So we'll sit back and relax for just a second, but we'll be right back as this race in action heads back live to the green flag. And welcome back as we get ready here, all stacked back up 2 by 2. Pace car lights are off, which means we're getting ready to go back to that green flag racing here. About 55 laps left to go here as the GOATs, Brian Doty in the 17 machine, puts the power down. We go back to green flag racing here. Tom Wilson in the 21 machine trying to hold off that 7 of Tristan Cotton. Whole bunch of big movers and shakers up here up at the front as moving and shaking goes. Oh no, we're going to have another one.
Yeah, another parking lot. That was a big one.
Caution's starting to breed cautions here, but listen. Numb Thumbs Racing League is a great place to be. This is one of their free leagues, guys, so these guys have never raced really together, from my knowledge, so it's going to happen here on the first race, right? They don't really know each other, new platform, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's going to take some time to understand other people's driving styles, and to be honest, right, like even in the official side of things, you know, other than doing the street stock series, I really didn't do any short track racing with the official racing here on iRacing. For the most part, I just kind of kept it to the larger tracks, your mile and a halves and your super speedways. So
yeah, it's definitely a tough track, short track when these cars, and it is what it is. I'm still enjoying the race personally.
I mean, it's a tough track in any car. It's a unique, one of a kind track. It's tough to run, but These guys have had some nice green flag runs. We just need to get kind of spread out and get back to that and see if we can't go green the rest of the way.
I'll definitely try. Wonder what would be. I wonder if those little Lotus cars would be fun on here. Open wheel.
Some of the Lotus 49s.
Yeah,
That's scary to think about. Those things are
I know.
scary at Talladega. I mean,
I know.
Weird.
it seems like they'd be fun. Didn't we do a fun race at Bristol with them one time? I think. I don't know.
Nah, we always did those at Talladega.
Did we?
Yeah.
Kind of silly.
You're probably
There's some-
thinking of one of the Indy cars. I think the 2011 Indy car we ran at Bristol that ran
that's-
like 11-second laps.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hey, that's the fun thing about iRacing. You can just kind of mix and match, do crazy stuff, have fun. So
I think I've seen a lot of people do the Pro 4 off-road trucks at Daytona and cut through the whole infield. That's always fun to watch.
of course, man, iRacing is such a cool place. Most of our viewers have been watching this stuff for a while, but look, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe, hit the like. We're having a battle with Zuckerberg right now. He's trying to keep us down a little bit, so if you hit the bell, you can be notified whenever we have one of these races that you might want to watch.
Yeah, indeed. It's Katie Klein out there thinking it's time for the single files, but we're still lining them up 2 by 2 here, getting ready to head back to that wonderful green flag action that we all know and love, with the lights on the pace car turned on off. 17, Brian Doty. You got the 21, Tom Wilson, starting to his outside, up 11. Tristan Cotton up 16. Matt Layton up 17. And the 7 in the 72. So big movers and shakers here going down to that green flag. The 17 with a great restart there, jumping on out in front. Side by side go that 7 in the 72. As of right now, the 7 holding that bottom line. His front end's been through the meat grinder a little bit here, trying to make his way down and around, still side by side as they continue to race for that position here up inside this top 3. Looks like the 72 up on the outside, able to get that run and pick up that position. So moving on up the field goes the 72. You also got Tom Barish in that double nickel trying to fight with the 20 machine of Justin Lawson. Now the one of Derek Welch trying to filter on up and through. Tristan Cotton coming on back, battling with the looks like that's the 9 of Tommy Welsh in the Menards car. Normally see him racing something with Mountain Dew on it. It's a little different here, racing the old Menards. I'm sure they sell Mountain Dew over at Menards. I think they sell pretty much everything.
Yeah, I've never been to one. What's it like?
Well, they don't have them down here.
I know.
It's a Midwest thing. The northern Midwest.
It sounds cool. It's like a Home Depot, grocery store, Walmart, Harbor Freight all in one, right? Or something like that.
Oh, with a AutoZone or O'Reilly's, yeah.
It's still not a Buc-ee's, though.
Not quite a Buc-ee's. That's the
Not a Buc-ee's.
7 of the 92 go battling it out. The 92 up there, up on that high side, trying to get the run out of the corner. Maybe a little crossover. No, he will not be able to get that run there. So the 7 of Cotton able to hang on to that position. Right behind him, good side-by-side action between Lawson and Tracy back here, trying to pick up a few extra positions. It looks like the 20 machine trying to match up some Dr. Pepper or something like that with that paint scheme here as he battles against that 33.
I was noticing something watching these guys. There's only about a 20-mile-an-hour difference between the straightaway and the cornering speed. That's not a huge difference.
It really isn't, but it's all about how that power is delivered to the rear wheels here, Greg. And these cars have a boatload of torque, maybe a little bit too much for their own good here. As here comes the 72 of Matt Layton up and through past that 17 machine. 21 Tom Wilson stealing the lead away just a few laps ago, able to try to run free and clear. He's gonna start running into some lap traffic situation going on here, as well as Josh Kelleher tries to filter his way up through this field as well, right behind the 33, trying to get around the 20 right now with some lap traffic on the apron. They're able to just squeeze on by. This track may look wide, but even though you can fit 3 cars 3 wide, it really don't work when it comes to race pace here. Got the 83 Charlie Herkus back here trying to chase down the 35 of Nicholas Coate, having some good battles there. Doty and the 9 of Welch going side by side here as well.
Yeah, Tristan Cotton had come down. I guess he's on his way out of the pits. Wonder if that was just a strategy call right there for him.
And about 40 laps to go. We still have seen a couple people stay on out here. Tom Wilson, Matt Layton have yet to pit. Same thing with Doty and Kelleher electing not to pit yet here. Greg, do you think these guys have enough fuel because of all the cautions that we have, or do you think they're still going to have to take like a splash and go at some point?
I think they're probably going to do a splash and go. When I did my little test, I mean, I ran 5 or 10 laps, something like that. And I think it got about 80 laps for the tank. It's maybe possible with the cautions we've had, but I would think they would have to get a refuel.
Well, we're starting to get in that rhythm again, finally. We've had it before. We'll see if we can keep it up.
As we got a big old gaggle, ooh, and a big shove to the back end there of Stubblefield from the 20 machine, but Stubbs able to hang on to that ride and keep it going straight, chasing down that 33 of Rob Tracy, looking up to the outside lane, letting it drift up the track. The problem is that spot was already taken there itself by the 17 of Doty, so he's just gonna have to be patient here and wait for the traffic to clear as we're 3 wide right behind him here. Traffic shuffling on through. Oh my goodness, that was some close racing there in the corner.
Yeah, Doty was telling him he's coming in for fuel, so this might be the spot where people are starting to get some splash and goes here.
Well, I mean, we've also seen some people like Tommy Welsh. He came down lap 11. Rob Tracy came down lap 58. Timothy Stubblefield came down 42. Lawson 59. Derek Welsh 42. As Kelleher trickling on down into pit lane now here as well. So only a couple takers yet to hit their pit boxes here tonight. Wilson and Layton as the Lawson tries to chase down that 92 of Stubbs. And here comes Wilson and Layton on down into the pits.
Yeah, it's magic how you called that out. Like you've been doing this a while, Brown.
You know, it's almost like it.
See, he talks about Adam. Adam appears. He talks about the pits. They go in the pits. He's got the control, man. He does it all.
I could run the space shuttle from up there in New Hampshire. I know that.
I told you on Wednesday, Adam, I don't make predictions anymore. I just tell the truth.
That's all you can do. The truth hasn't been told to us in probably 15 years, so I'm glad you're telling us the truth.
Oh, Jesus. Sounds like you got an atomic bomb ticking down in the back.
Yeah,
there.
don't worry about that. That was just a microwave problem.
Oh, an atomic bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
Just, our safety word is rutabaga. If we need to clear out the entire state of Oklahoma, we might need a different code word for that one.
I could probably see the flash from here at his house.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. You won't feel anything, Greg. It'll be fine.
Well, I'm not that close. I wouldn't feel nothing. I'll just see the light.
Indeed, it's a 72 of Layton going side by side here with I don't know who that is. Oh, that's the 43. As Dakota Henderson up there up on the high side. Man, the 72, he's just not been able to get that power down. I don't know if maybe it's a feel thing in the gas pedal or what, but he's been really slipping and sliding out of these corners.
Yeah, that's not going to do his rear tires any good. It's just going to keep getting worse. It's really all about modulating the throttle here. You can't just jump on it. You got to squeeze into it. Keep those rear tires under you.
Pretty much driving with your feet, right? There's a lot going on with your feet and your hands on these short tracks, so it's kind of physical. Like you said, you kind of get worn out on a race like this, mentally and physically.
Oh yeah, it's tough. Every short track is.
Earl Evans. Oh, he's trying to get me started, Brown. Go ahead.
Our good friend and sponsored, not sponsored driver Earl Evans saying he makes guarantees. That is right. I make guarantees. He's also saying that that beeping sound is just Bill Gates trying to find you there, Adam. So you might want to lock things down. And, Greg, you will be blinded by the light.
More than likely.
Shout
I
out,
would sing that, but you would lose so many subscribers if I did that.
shout out like a deuce in the middle of the night.
Yeah, Bill Gates. You come find me. Let's see what happens. Come on over here. We'll have a good chat out on the porch.
Having a good chat right now. The 9 and the 33 machine. Tommy Welsh and Rob Tracy battling for the lead here. The 33 machine trying to set up the 9 there for maybe a little outside-inside crossover. And well, here comes the crossover part from the 33. Peeking on down low. Will the 9 get the run up here on the high side? It doesn't look like it. So the 33 still in the lead away there from Tommy Welsh with 25 laps left to go. Stubblefield still hanging on into that third place in the podium there. Up 15. Your hardest charger of the race so far.
Hey, he's got my favorite number too, so I've got to root for him on here as much as I'm allowed to root as a broadcaster.
No, you can root for him. I have my favorite drivers. I just don't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody. You know what I mean? You got to just keep it to yourself.
The first person to throw hands is your favorite driver, Adam.
That's always true too. Anybody wanting to fight? If you want to come across state lines to fight somebody over iRacing, you're on my team. We saw that happen one time.
So 20 machine of Justin Lawson trying to sneak around the inside of the 92 of Stubbs, but Stubbs fighting back up there on that outside lane, getting a really good run coming out of these corners, but I think he's just lost a little bit too much of that momentum. So I think Greg, at this point, staying in line and kind of holding that bottom is really where you kind of want to be here to make it a living heck for the people behind them.
Yeah, I mean, the outside, you get such a good run off, but it's slow in the middle of the corner. Right now, these guys, we're 20 to go. It's about time to really start putting anything you got out there and see how far up you can get. If you got any tires left under you.
Yeah, that's the key, too. Are we going to see at least one more yellow here?
At least.
I think so. Stubblefield's losing a little bit of ground. He's holding his own there. Derek Welch is coming up, trying to make a pass on him.
Not allowed to pass the 92. Those are the rules.
That's not the chrome 92. You always have the chrome paint jobs. Stubblefield looks like his car is not chrome.
Flashy but classy as the 92 machine battles with a mix of traffic here. The 9 of Tommy Welsh getting absolutely freight trained up underneath him here as Derek Welsh makes the move and sneaks his way on up into a third place podium spot right now with about 17 laps to go as they come back down across the line. Rob Tracy out in front by about a quarter of a century here. He's 2 seconds plus out in front of that 20 Lawson.
And you know who really needs to be here? And I'm hoping he did repave as the oldest man in iRacing, Richard Gray. Where's Richard? I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't know. He might have done the pave on this track. It was paved in what, 81 last time?
They didn't just repave it with a new track?
Heck no.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they paved the infield and new pit road and all that, but
Man, that's interesting.
Yeah,
It'll be fun to watch.
As Adam's got a ticking time bomb and Greg's got a 747 in the background here as the 9 and the 92 go side by side battling it on out. The 9 almost getting up into that outside wall using as much of that track room that he can possibly get on up into the marbles. Oh, man. Good save there for Mr. Welch as, well, I thought we were going to have an incident there. It popped up for a quick second, but it looks like everything got recollected back. Oh, man, having a rough go of it is that 73 Josh Kelleher up into that outside wall, losing a few spots.
Are you in the path of the jets over there at Tulsa International Airport, whatever it is?
Well, I am in the path of the jets, but I'm also in the path of a wife that's vacuuming, so
that's the
annoying.
That's the best path to be in. Oh, perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
As the number one of Mr. Bogus creeps on up to the 20 of Justin Lawson here. So battling it out with 11 laps to go. Rob Tracy still out in front by about 2 seconds here. Not a lot of ground made up by that 20 once we got free and clear of all the battling that was going on behind him. The three of Tate Cawthorn trying to make up a couple of spots in the gold machine here. Chasing down that 8 of Brandon Coleman. The final few laps in moments here of this race. Looks like Josh Kelleher trickling on down into pit road. Maybe he's just got a little bit too much damage to continue running some laps out here. 10 laps to go now as the one machine gets up underneath the 20, making that pass.
And that got me laughing. Greg, you didn't tell her you're in the beat laboratory? You got to keep it down for a little bit?
I mean, I told her, but you haven't really met her. Alan has. You can tell her all day long. She's not going to pay attention to you.
No, it's you got two options. It's you can live with it, or you can get hotboxed, and you don't want to get hotboxed.
Man, we've had a lot of work going on in the house this week, doing some remodeling, and it's messy, and there's only so much she can take.
Oh, I have the same problem here. I got you. At least it's going to be clean.
That indeed, as the 83 of Charlie Herkus making his way up and around that 14 of Ben Tracy here, or at least trying to. Tracy putting the power down, coming out of turn number 4, able to hold on to that spot for just a little while longer, as made Herkus really making that outside line work for him right now.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the lines, but he is running pretty well right now for sure.
And coming out of the pits is the 3 machine of Cawthorn, as Lawson continues to try to chase back that one of DW for these podium spots here. Nicholas Coate trying to hang on to his 5th place finish right now that he's got kind of secured on up. He does have a challenger there in the 92 of Timothy Stubblefield right in front of him, trying to maybe sneak on up here into 4th. Other than that, the traffic behind him is all lap traffic. They're just there for just added excitement here with 4 laps to go.
Yeah. Tell you what, it's been like a roller coaster of a race here. You know, we've had caution after caution, and then we'll have a good stretch like we're having right now.
It's a fantastic run that we got going as the 55. Oh, and that's going to come to an end. Oh, my goodness.
2 cars involved, looks like.
Looks like
Adam, that's a broadcast curse. You can't do that.
Oh, man, we shouldn't even talk then. I mean, we can't even talk. We're going to get blamed for everything.
Oh, man, it looks like the 72 was trying to keep his space from the traffic in front of him here. Just got onto those marbles just a little bit, kind of slid on through and got into the back bumper there of the 35. So the 72 machine goes for a ride, does eventually end up in the grass, but spent, I think, just a little too much time on the track while he was slipping and sliding, and that's gonna bring out the caution flag, which means we're going green, white, checker finish racing here tonight. Awesome. There, Mr. Turner. And what are how many attempts did these guys got?
We got 3 tonight.
See, that's great news because now we get extra racing. We get to enjoy more racing.
Oh, we're already bringing this free to the people. So anytime that we get bonus for free, mate, that's like, almost 5 overtimes in hockey.
Oh, the game the other night, what'd they have, like 4 overtimes?
It was like
6-hour game.
It was like 4 it was 3, technically 3, because it finished in the 4th, but it was 3 and like 19 minutes and like 45 seconds. They were in the closing stages of that 4th.
That's wild. Playoff hockey is so fun to watch.
Yeah,
now, hockey's that game where they skate around and fight, right?
Well, they do that, but they also are pretty gifted shooting and the puck and dancing around on the ice. I don't know. We'll have to talk afterwards to try to teach you some things. You're probably watching that.
Not our favorite people because I got to get all the teeth replaced all the time.
Yeah, they are definitely, the dentists really enjoy the hockey players for sure. You probably got that AA hockey, the Tulsa Oilers?
Yeah, we got the Oilers here.
Yeah, that's definitely fighting.
I've been to one or two games. Last game I went to, the first fight was 19 seconds into the game. So I mean, how can you get mad at somebody in 19 seconds?
You think it was staged, maybe?
I don't know.
I think there was probably some things said about some people's mothers there in the
Maybe in the
Twitters or whatever.
or pregame, yeah.
It's all right. Give me the indoor football. It's back. That's a lot more fun to watch.
I thought that was over. That's a thing again.
Yeah, they just brought a team back this year, the Tulsa Oilers football. So go figure, it's the same people that own the Tulsa Oilers are bringing it indoor football.
There you go, Turner. Now you have an Oilers football team to root for.
Yeah, but it's not the Houston Oilers. They're not the same. Are they powder blue? Are they baby blue?
No, they're black and gold.
No, that
Well, that
doesn't
fits
count.
because that's gold. That the oil is
Yeah, I
the
know
black
it fits
gold.
the oil. You're right.
Black gold.
Okay,
No, you
I'll
come
go
up,
for
come to a
that.
game.
I'd like to. That'd be fun.
Well, speaking on coming up, here we go. Green-white checker finish here between the 33 and the 1 to get things all started. So buckle up, strap on those drinking helmets, throw inhibition out the window. It is a green-white checker finish here tonight for this Num Thumbs Racing League opener in this late model series. The 33 gets a great restart there. Oh, tries to get the power down. Gets a little squirrely, but still able to run away from the 1 of Mr. Derek Welch. The 20 of Justin Lawson trying to sneak up underneath the 92 is Timothy Stubblefield, who's not going to let that spot go as they come back across the line. White flag has waved. So this is it. This is the final lap here of the race this evening. 20 just squeezing by that 92, able to hang on as the 33 machine all free and clear. No final lunge coming up from behind as Rob Tracy picks up the race win here tonight. DW picks up a solid second place finish with the 20 of Justin Lawson creeping his way on up, just beating out Timothy Stubblefield for that third spot.
Look at Stubblefield up 14. These are going to be your hardest charger. And made it fourth place. Good run by Tim.
A great run from Stubblefield down there. And
It's at 92. It's a good luck number, man. I'm telling you.
Well, that's true. You won it Wednesday. He's in fourth. That's not too bad for the 92s.
No. Works out fine.
Well, that indeed is the 33 machine sitting there on the start-finish line, just trying to get some final pictures taken here with the podium and the flag bearer reaching on up. And these fans, they're absolutely going wild.
They sure are. Looks like some of them probably need even more PBR or whatever they drink down there in North Carolina.
One guy tilted his head, so maybe he's enjoying it.
Yeah, there's a couple guys down there that, man, they've really hit that gym. I'll tell you that. There's some beefy-looking guys there.
Could be twins, just different color shirts and hats.
That man, you definitely are not kidding. As we slowly kind of wind things down here from the old land of North Wilkesboro, but we can get all started on off here with some driver. Well, we were gonna get started here with some driver interviews until he disappeared.
He's probably telling everybody else to come up into the podium. Here they come.
He disappeared. So
Just need Lawson.
yeah, Lawson knows this way eventually. There he is. So we'll get things all started on off here with tonight's third place finisher and having a great battle against that 92 for this green-white checker finish. Mr. Justin Lawson finding that step of the podium there in third. Man, Justin, congratulations on that great finish. I know I think you like the Dr. Pepper, so you're kind of trying to get that paint scheme all up and running there on that 20 machine. But man, pretty good run for you guys tonight. Couple good green flag runs, a couple moments of maybe cautions breeding cautions as things get tightened on up. But overall, pretty good season started for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of action in the car. It's hectic pretty much from the drop of the green. So to get as many green flag laps as we did, I feel like it did pretty good today.
Well, you got Southern National next week. How are you feeling about that track? Is it going to be kind of the same as this one, or what do you feel?
I'm not really sure. I haven't run any laps in this car there. Actually, I think this is my first race in this car, so we'll see what it's like. They handle really well, so hopefully it won't be too bad.
And if this is the first race, your first race in this car, you're doing pretty dang good. That's a tough track. North Wilkesboro. Love to see it, especially this weekend when they're bringing it back in the real Winston Cup Series, is like I like to call it. Good job tonight. You have any shout outs you'd like to give out?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my teammates, Brian and Brandon, and you guys for broadcasting this, and Derek for always bringing the heat with these awesome leagues.
Yes, sirree, indeed, man. Well, congratulations there, Justin. Podium finish here in the first race of the season, man. Congratulations, and good luck for the rest of the upcoming series.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
With that, we will jump up one spot here on this podium, and it's going to be Mr. Bogus himself, DW, driving the number 1 machine. Derek, having a pretty good night here yourself, finishing up on that second step of this podium, and it seems like it was a pretty good opener for the field here tonight. I know it got a little kind of messy there about midway, but a couple good green flag runs on the front side and tail side of that one, and a great green-white checker finish to finish things off here tonight.
Yeah, it was. I was kind of nervous at the beginning there. I said, "Oh my God, this whole dang race is gonna be caution green, the entire dang race." But guys finally got a feel of it, and we finally got a long run there, and I had no practice. I was rushing home trying to get to this race, and I tried to get a few more laps in there during qualifying, and I'm surprised I even finished the top 2, but. Rob was fast. He had fresher tires than I did, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to run them down. So,
Well, I did a few laps when you guys were in practice, and it's a tough little car at this track. But great job on the second place, and you got Southern National next week. What kind of show you guys going to put on there?
well, hopefully a good one. I'm limited to field of 25. I don't know how many we got tonight, but we limited to 25, so we don't have no 40 cars on the track. But you know me, y'all know me. I love these short tracks. That's the reason I got this league, so I can run short tracks, and finally a league I like to run. So I was not very familiar with these cars, but I thought it'd be a great car to run. You know, for everybody to have fun in.
Well, it looks like you picked the right car. I mean, I don't think we've ever broadcast this car before, and it was fun to watch. I know we had a little hiccups. It's your first time together, right? It's a short track race, a new car. That stuff's going to happen. You're at North Wilkesboro. Looking forward to the whole weekend in NASCAR this weekend. Y'all kind of did a little precursor for that. So I think it's cool, and I'm looking forward to it. Well, what would you like to talk about? Some shout-outs and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm very pleased how the night went. Yeah, this car when they brought it out, and I got a little feel these cars got a little bit too much grip. I don't know. These cars just they grip, but they're fun to drive. But yeah, I like to shout out to None Thumbs Gaming, NTRL, all my admins in this league, Martin Sports, a sponsor on my car, all our sponsors, Sim Gear Central and all that stuff. And y'all be sure to tune in Monday night. We're going to be celebrating, honoring all our men and women in blue. And also we're going to be honoring them. We got some officers not going to be able to show up Monday, so they're going to be there Sunday. We're going to honor them as well. So y'all be able to be I can't even talk. Be sure to tune in for that.
And that one will be a good one indeed. Well, congratulations here, DW, picking up tonight's second place finisher here tonight. And man, it was a great run, and we look forward to seeing y'all out here the rest of the season here, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner, who's going to celebrate all weekend long. That's Mr. Rob Tracy, driving that 33 machine home all the way to victory lane. Rob, congratulations. getting that big win here tonight. Something we haven't talked to the other guys about, but it was about kind of the strategies. And I know, like, midpoint of the race, we were seeing a good slew of cautions happen and whatnot out there. But it seemed like you had the tires and the strategy to pick up that win here tonight.
Yeah, I don't actually race this car a lot, so I was a little unsure. And when I was the only one that come down pit road there about middle of the race, I was like, uh-oh, this might not be the right call. But it worked out perfectly for me. I still had enough tire left there to stay out in front of these guys, and I had some fresh tires, obviously mid-pack when they were still on some old ones. So that long run really helped me at the end because they had to pit under green and come in and get their tires and kind of put a bunch of them a lap down, I think. So that played into my benefit as well. I can't really control the cautions, but that worked for me. So I'll take it. It's a good way to start the season off. Qualified up towards the front there, I think P4, and ran top 3 a good part of the night, except for during the pit cycle. And so, yeah, it felt good. Felt real good, honestly. I don't race this car a lot, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, congrats on the win there and perfect calls on your pit strategy. What do you think the odds are next week of repeating at Southern National? That's a little bit different track, but still a short track, still a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I'm not as familiar with that track. I have raced this track a lot more in some of the other cars, so it's going to take a lot of luck to do it, but we'll go out there and see what we can do. This is one of the first leagues I jumped in. I got my son into iRacing less than a month ago, and he's moving right up the ranks and doing real well. And I said, hey, let's join a league together, and saw this one, so we wanted to jump over here and start doing some racing for the first time together. And I think he got himself a top 10, and I was able to pull off the first place. So we're real happy with that, and I think it's going to take a little more luck next week. I'm not as familiar with that track, and neither is he, but we'll go out there and give it a shot.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Well, good job tonight. Son's out there on the track. A lot of fun, I'm sure. Congrats. Do you have any shout-outs?
Well, I just want to say again, thanks to my son, thanks to my wife that lets me sit in this rig a little more often than I probably should, and supports me with that. And of course, got to give a shout out to Cheerwine to help me out and sponsor on the car tonight. And I just want to say thanks to everybody that's helped me along the way.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, congratulations. Head on out here to the 33 of Mr. Rob Tracy picking up tonight's race win, man. Congratulations. Go enjoy it, celebrate it all weekend long, and we can't wait to see you guys back out and here in action again all season long here, buddy. Good job.
Great, thanks. Appreciate it, man. And thank you guys, too. And thanks to guys for putting on the league. A lot of fun, and appreciate it.
Yes, sirree, indeed. And with that, that closes out all the racing action here tonight from North Wilkesboro. And boys, great season opener. We did see a little bit of messiness out there, and you can see just by how black this track has turned that these guys definitely had their full share of fun out there.
Yeah, it was an awesome race. A few cautions there in the middle. We got some good green flag runs going. A lot of action. It's a fun race to watch, man. A fun race to run. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So hopefully we can do it again next week.
Yeah, definitely a good way to start the season. So little hiccups here and there, but overall, I think it was a quality race.
Yes, sir, that it was. Let's go ahead and do our final field rundown here for the fans at home so they can find out where their favorite driver finished up here tonight. Getting us started is that 33 Rob Tracy picking up the race win, the one bogus machine of Mr. DW. Picking up a solid second place finish, and rounding out that podium is the 20 of Justin Lawson, having a fantastic run out there. Same thing with the 92 Timothy Stubblefield, having a fantastic run. Your hard charger of the day, moving on up into fourth. Had a chance there at a podium there inside that green-white checker finish, but just coming up a little bit shy, but good run there for Stubbs and Stubb Nation. 35 Nicholas Coate having a solid run here tonight, finishing up inside in that top 5 as well. Then double nickel, Tom Barish having a solid run up there in 6th. The 83 at Charlie Herkis, and glad to see his name back out here on our channel. He's out there running there in 7th. The 8th place finisher tonight is going to be Double O Joe. Really didn't talk too much about Double O Joe other than when he was kind of getting into a little bit of trouble there, but he's able to find his way out of it and finish up there in 8th. 9th will be the 14 of Ben Tracy, down a couple spots, but still solidly inside that top 10 with the number 9 Tommy Welsh machine rounding out this field's top 10.
In 11th place, we got the 76 of Patrick Manahay. 12th is the 8 of Brandon Coleman. Scott Milner in the 31 car coming in 13th. Dustin Longston in the 38 14th. The 72 of Matt Layton in the 15th spot. We got Tate Cawthorn in the 3 car in the 16th spot. Josh Kelleher in the 73 came in 17th. 18th is the 17 car of Brian Dottie. Tristan Cotton in the 7 car 19th. Tom Wilson in the 21 car came in 20th. And Adam, I'm going to leave the last one for you.
Okay. Dakota Henderson, 21st. Looks like Chuck Kiger and Brady Schreckengast didn't even race tonight, but either way, good one.
Indeed it was. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching here tonight. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, as we're live 5 nights a week now, and you don't want to miss a single second of the great racing action that we have to offer. And if you do like it, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button, so that way Alan English can get freed up by those Canadian Mounties and he can rejoin us here once again. As always, because those likes definitely help us on out. Of course, we have to say a big thank you to the fantastic race sponsors of Davidson Builders jumping on board here this season. Thank you guys so very much. Of course, a big thank you to DEP Graphics as well. Thank you guys for being on board with the NTRL family. Of course, big thank you to SimGearCentral.com as well. Be sure to go check them out for some great button boxes jumping on board here this season. Big thank you to Track Bar Media as well. Be sure to go check them out, as they do some fantastic video edits and we use a good chunk of them. So thank you guys over there at Track Bar Media. And of course, big thank you to Martin Sports there as well. The great merchandise supplier. Put your logo on pretty much anything over there at Martin Sports. So that does it for us here tonight at North Wilkesboro. Looking on ahead, we got Talladega on Sunday night as the season opener, the official season opener for the Super Speedway League starts on up here for the Numb Thumbs Racing League. And then Monday night, you heard it, live back in action. The Next Gen Cup Series coming back to you on Monday night, starting us off with that Back the Blue night here coming up on this fantabulous Monday. So a whole bunch of great racing action yet to happen on board on this schedule, and we can't wait to see you all there. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Adam Turner and Mr. Greg Klein. We're signing off.
See ya. There you go. He's your adios now.
Adios.
See ya.